Hello folks and welcome back to your favorite game channel, Play Fever, and today is a big one. We're diving into everything you need to know about the brand new Nintendo Switch 2. We're talking hardware, new Joy-Cons, GameChat, GameShare, upgraded classics, and of course, launch games. So let's jump right in. So it's been a really busy week for all you Nintendo lovers out there, and the Nintendo Switch 2 officially launches on June 5th. And there are two options at launch: the console on its own, which is going to be $450 or a bundle with Mario Kart World at $499. And the pre-orders are going to open on April 9th, so we really got to be fast there. We still have a little bit of time. Now let's talk the specs. The new screen is a 7.9-inch LCD which runs at 1080p with a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate, and it finally, supports HDR. It is double the pixel count of the original Switch and it looks really clean, and it supports DLSS as well as ray tracing, which means that it's going to have better lighting, it's going to be sharper visually, and the performance is faster. And in fact, they say about 10 times more powerful than the first Switch. Also, there's 256 GB of internal storage. Maybe it could have been a bit more, but let's leave it there. And it's going to support microSD Express cards. By the way, the old cards won't work, so heads up there. Dock it, and you're looking at a 4K resolution with HDR, and in fact there's a fan also in the dock to keep the performance stable. They upgraded the audio too, and in fact we're going to get 3D spatial sound, more natural speaker output, and a noise cancelling microphone built into the console, which is going to be perfect for chatting without a headset, hopefully. More on that in just a second, because we're going to look at the Joy-Con 2 next. They now are attached magnetically, which means no more wobbly rails like they were on the old Switch. The buttons are bigger, the sticks are more precise, and they now support mouse control thanks to built-in gyros and new tech. And this one's wild. Nintendo has added GameChat, so it's their own built-in voice and video chat system. It works in game across different games, even during screen sharing apparently. And there's a new C button on the Joy-Con and the Pro controller that brings it up instantly. You can actually mute, resize screen and open camera feed, and even take selfies apparently with your friends mid-game, so that's pretty cool there. GameShare is another big feature. You can share compatible games with up to 3 other systems. This one works either local or online. Only one person needs to own the game, so that will work out quite interestingly on whoever is going to buy that game and then share it with their friends. It works seamlessly with GameChat, and it'll be supported in a bunch of upcoming titles apparently. Backward compatibility, this is a really big one, and yes, the Switch 2 supports most physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, and some games are getting upgraded Switch 2 Edition versions, which are going to have better graphics, frame rates and features, so that's really cool. The confirmed upgrades include Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Tears of Kingdom, which are going to have HDR and smoother gameplay. Super Mario Party Jamboree, which is going to have a new camera integration apparently and some Ramble features. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, new story chapter there. Metroid Prime 4, which is going to have 4K at 60 FPS, that's quite a lot, and 1080 at 120 with HDR. And then Pokemon Legends ZA with upgraded visuals. Now let's talk games, because we have a super solid launch game list. We're going to get Mario Kart World, open world driving, 24 players, knockout races, weather system and a free roam mode, Donkey Kong Bonanza, brand new 3D platformer, Dragon Drive, which is going to be a fast-paced action game, which is going to use both the Joy-Cons as well as the mouse controller. Plus, and I'm really excited here, there's going to be Cyberpunk 2077, Hogwarts Legacy, Hades 2, Hitman, Bravely Default HD, Kirby Air Raiders, and more. GameCube classics, this is only for the retro fans. The GameCube library is coming to the Switch Online exclusively on Switch 2. So there's going to be Zelda, Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, and there's a wireless GameCube controller coming, complete with a C button for that GameChat. So yeah, this is way more than just a simple hardware refresh. From the upgraded screen, the redesigned Joy-Cons, to the full social integration, GameShare, and quite frankly, a massive launch lineup, I feel that Nintendo is really stepping the game up and going quite big with the Switch 2. I mean, of course, it's not a massively powerful, and it's not going to be a massively powerful handheld console, but nevertheless, I think they've really upped the game. In fact, we're not just talking Mario and Zelda anymore, because if I see Cyberpunk 2077 running on this system at launch, that's quite wild. And I'm thinking, well, you know, the kids may want to play Mario and Zelda, and you might get that for the family, but then again, you've got something where you can really play some games that maybe are not so family friendly, but you can if you want, and that is really cool. It opens the door to more AAA third-party titles, which is huge for players who've wanted a more mature and a more full-featured Nintendo experience, especially for those who skip the Steam Deck maybe, but they still want a powerful handheld gaming with plug-and-play simplicity. GameChat is going to turn the Switch 2 into a social console. That's quite cool, and that's going to be perfect for younger players, friend groups or families, and you can just connect casually without needing Discord, phones or any apps. Then there's GameShare. It's going to make it easier to actually try games with others, and you've got that 120 Hz display with HDR. That's quite cool if you ask me, and it's not just fluff. That's going to make Zelda or Metroid or Mario Kart or you name it, it's going to make them look a lot better than they have ever on a Nintendo system. And let's be real, I mean, if you ask me, I love the presentation. I mean, that was pure hype. There was so much hype around the launch of the Switch 2. Nintendo really brought the energy, that nostalgia feeling, and just enough surprise to keep us glued from start to finish. By the way, one thing that I really loved and got me giggling was Kaoichi Kawamoto's jacket, the producer. If you look at that, it looks a little bit oversized, and I was wondering what is going on there. Has he maybe forgotten his own jacket, and he really quickly just grabbed the jacket of the director, Takuhiro Dahota, which was standing on the right side of the picture. I thought that was really funny, but that's just me. What can I say about fashion sense anyway, with a glowing face? But nevertheless, the presentation was great. It was very Japanese. I loved it. GameCube games, new 3D Donkey Kong, and even freaking Cyberpunk, well, this feels like Nintendo is finally embracing what their console could be and pushing it all forward. So now it's your turn. What are you the most hyped for? Mario Kart World, GameChat with your friends, Zelda in HDR maybe? Are you just going to be playing Cyberpunk in bed without melting your legs? Now, let me know in the comments down below. Smash that like button if this helped you break it all down. And if you like these kind of videos and you like what I do here on the channel, well then feel free to hit the subscribe button. This is Play Fever. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.